Have you ever said, I can't afford a healthy life?
Well, in this video, we're going to tell you how you can. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to The Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And today we're going to be sharing with you our #1 tip on how to live a healthy lifestyle.
If you find the information that we are about to give you helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to our content, and be sure to share it with someone else who you feel like may need this information too.
All right, now on to our #1 tip. It's our only tip. Our #1 tip is our only tip for living a healthy lifestyle. And the #1 tip is, you need a budget. That's right, you need a budget.
Don't turn away from us. Hear us out. Okay, so first we want to talk about why it's so important for you to have a budget when it comes to your health. First of all, there's no way that you can be certain of how much money you're spending on groceries if you don't keep track of it. In fact, not just groceries, but anything. Anything that you are spending money on, you may be spending more on that than you even realize. And I'll give you an example of it. Perhaps you're getting lattes 3 or 4 times a week, and they're $6 each, maybe, give or take. You could be spending that on having healthier groceries. I know it's not fun, but that's one of the things you might look at. You might decide that having more healthy groceries is more important than 3 or 4 lattes per week. Maybe it's not lattes, maybe there's something else. But that's what getting a budget is all about, is figuring out, is there something else I could be spending my money on different? The second reason is because the stress that you're putting on your body because you don't have any idea where your money is going can be detrimental to your health in the long run. But that's a different video for a different day. But that is another second good reason why you want to have a good idea about where your money is going, and that helps your health in the long run.
You need to know where all your money's going. You need to find out, hey, what am I spending my money on? So you need a budget. You need to be able to track those things. And one of the best ways to do that, first of all, is to save all of your receipts. Then you can go back and track those things. You can go back and say, well, I spent, $45 on coffee last week. That's a lot. So you need to save all of your receipts. Every receipt, your gas receipts, your coffee receipts, your grocery receipts, your eating out receipts. You'd be surprised how much it costs to eat out if you do it at least once a week. If you add all those up, it can. If you go out to eat even with just 2 people, most times it adds up to about $30 or $40 total once you add in the tip and everything. So I know we did brunch this morning, and it was $30 without the tip, just for the 2 of us. So it adds up. So if you save all your receipts, you can go back and look at those and say, oh yeah, that's where all my money went, and then you can start to track those things. We started out by just using a spreadsheet. I'm a spreadsheet guy. I like numbers. I like to figure out numbers. And so I figured out all of what we wanted to budget for each category, and how much money we wanted to put in each category. And as we spent stuff out of each category, I would put it in a column, and it would automatically subtract from the column. Then it automatically subtract from the available budget money as well. And so every time I got paid, I'd put that in, and then it would add it back, and then it would subtract and add back, subtract and add back. But we were able to track what we were spending things on. Well, we've progressed through the years, and we actually now use a particular app to do that. There are a lot of apps out there. There's Mint. There's what other things are there?
EveryDollar.
EveryDollar is a good one. What's another one?
One that's not an app, but it's a paper one, I think, is the Budget Mom, the Budget by Paycheck. But
so you can do a lot of different things. You can use cash envelopes. I think Dave Ramsey was a big proponent of that. Yeah. I'm not a big proponent of using cash. I just don't like to carry around a lot of cash with me when I go places. So
his words is, I'll spend it if it's in my pocket.
yeah, I'll spend it on something else. So we treat our budget like cash envelopes. Our budget categories are our cash envelopes. We're not putting physical cash in there, but we are putting digital cash in there, and we stick to those things. But the budgeting software that we use is called You Need a Budget. And so it's at youneedabudget.com. You can check out those things. It gives you some good tools on how to budget your money, how to keep track of your money. And there's four focus areas that You Need a Budget focuses on to help you keep track of your money. The first one is this: give every dollar a job. Every time you get a paycheck and you put it into your software, or you put it in your cash envelopes or whatever, you're giving every dollar a job, whether it's $600 for groceries, or it's $100 for eating out, or if it's $300 is going to savings. Every dollar has a job. And so once you give every dollar a job, then that's the job that you use it for. And so you give every dollar a job, your paycheck comes in, you assign it to all the different categories. And so every dollar has a job. You have no wasted money. The second thing is to embrace your true expenses. And that means, just like we mentioned, keeping track of all your receipts, knowing what your true expenses are. Don't have a savings account and then take your eating out money or your fun money from that. Have a category for fun money, have a category for eating out, have a category for groceries. Embrace what your true expenses are, and then you have a better picture of where your money's going. And then roll with the punches. A budget is just that. It's just a budget. It's just a guideline to go by. A lot of people talk about I'm going to wham this month. It's called whack-a-mole, which means I move money from one account to another to cover some overspending if I need to. Some people call it robbing Peter to pay Paul. I don't care what you call it. That's kind of what we do at times. If we see that we have a certain expense that's going over a little more, we can take it from a category that we haven't spent as much on that month, and we can whack-a-mole through the month. But as a general rule, we try to stick to what our categories say. Sometimes it gets a little over, but you have to roll with the punches. Don't get so. I'm a numbers guy. I like budgets. I like dealing with numbers. I like when they all come out equal. But sometimes you have to roll with it. Sometimes you have to say, you know what? I'm going to spend a little bit more on groceries this month because of this. And so you roll with those punches. Don't be too legalistic with your budget, but just make sure you're a little more flexible so that you can roll with those punches. And then the fourth thing is your age of money. How long has your money been sitting in the bank? Now, for us, for one of the best reasons we use You Need a Budget or YNAB, we're YNABers, is because it teaches you to live 1 month ahead. You break the paycheck to paycheck cycle by living 1 month ahead. So the money that we get in this month in December is going towards January's expenses. We're not using it in December, we'll be using it in January. So we're living a month ahead. And as you build money up in your savings, or in your as you build money up in your savings, you can even get 2 and 3 months ahead if you so desire. But the biggest desire there, the biggest focus is to stay 1 month ahead of your expenses. That way, if something comes up that you're we had a car expense this week. We had to get our car repaired. It was $1,200. But you know what? It didn't bother us because we already had money saved up. We're already living on next month's. We're already living on last month's money for December. So we already had money in savings that we used to cover it. Didn't break a sweat. And so you want to make sure your age of money is really high. I think ours right now is running at about 40 days. The older the money you have in there, the higher your age of money is going to be. And so just want to make sure that you're living that 1 month ahead, living on last month's money, and making sure that the money you take in this month is going towards next month's or the month after that's expenses. So that's the best reason that we use YNAB, is because it teaches you to live that 1 month ahead on your expenses. All right, so I just have to throw this out here. We're not sponsored by YNAB, hashtag not sponsored, but there will be a link in the description below, which will be a referral link if you'd like to try. They give you a 34-day trial. I know that sounds kind of odd, but they want you to go at least a month on the program before you commit to buy it, to buy the software. And it is a yearly subscription, but if you budget for it, you need a budget. You budget for that. When that comes around, you've already got it taken care of. So, yeah.
At least look into it.
Yeah, at least look into it. Take a look at it, and if you like it, then it'd be great. We feel like it'd be great for you as well.
Okay. All right, and our last tip is that if you've already got a budget, or after you have your budget set up, that you need to, first of all, evaluate it or reevaluate it every year. And January is a really good time to do that. Look at every single thing in your budget and see if there's anything that maybe you don't care about anymore, or maybe you found a cheaper way to do it, or you could call companies and ask them if they can give you a better price. Always look at it at least once a year, maybe in January, and you may find money that you didn't even realize that maybe you, like I said, you just don't care about that anymore, but you've still been paying for it. Also, evaluate every month. We get together every month and we sit down there and say, what's working, what's not, is there anything that we could change? And that always keeps you thinking about other ways to free up money in your budget. So those are a couple of extra tips there for you.
That's right. So living healthy lifestyle doesn't have to break the bank. You can live on a budget. You can do this. No matter if you have a small amount of money or a large amount of money, it doesn't matter. You can do it. We believe that you can. So that's all for today.
Yep.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below with some budgeting tips that you do, or what software that you use, if you use it.
Maybe we didn't mention something.
Yeah, maybe we didn't mention one that you use and that you like, and so we'd love to for you to give a shout out to us on that as well. So if you're a YNABber, comment below and let us know that you're in the club with us as the YNABber. So and don't forget to hit that bell for content updates. And then don't forget, there's going to be some videos floating around here, or here, somewhere around in there. Click on that for more content from us. And I think that's going to do it for today.
Yeah.
So this is a long one with Joel and Christy. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.